Today we are going to learn full yogic breathing. It is the most appropriate way to breathe during meditation and yoga practice, and actually in day-to-day life it is the best way of breathing. Normally we breathe, and while breathing we are not using the entire capacity of the lung. The lung is like a pear. It resembles the shape of the pear. Upper part is narrow and the lower part is wide and big, voluminous. So as we breathe using the upper portion of the lungs, we only utilize a minor portion of the lungs. So there are some problems with that breathing. Chronic lack of oxygen and chronic lack of vital energy leads to tiredness, leads to disturbance of emotions in the heart center, which is you start to feel restless, you tend to be depressed, you tend to worry about the future, you tend to worry about success or not success. And also the lack of physical energy, the lack of mental energy, physical energy, that is coming from improper breathing. So by changing the mode of breathing, you may solve quite a few of problems that you might have. So now we are going to learn how to breathe, and we experiment and draw our own conclusions. First, let us see. First we will breathe with different portions of the lungs and observe how it is. You breathe with the upper part and you observe two things. One is how much satisfaction that kind of breathing is bringing you, and another one is how much energy you spend for that breathing. So breathe with the upper one. Okay, now the middle portion. Observe how much energy you spend, how difficult it is, and is it satisfying or not. And now the diaphragm, the belly portion. Yes, the most satisfying, because you take the more oxygen in that way, is the use of the belly portion, the use of the lower portion, diaphragm. And the least satisfying is the upper one. But in full yogic breathing, we are going to utilize the entire three portions. Okay, it is done like this. First, you breathe in with the belly, then continue with the middle portion, and then go with the upper one, and then breathe out, same order. First take out the air out of the upper portion of the lung, then middle, and then down. So that kind of thorough ventilation of the lungs remove the stagnancy of air and remove the possibility of multiplication of harmful bacteria and the possibility of disease. Also that ventilation brings a lot of vital energy. You'll feel, just if you sit like this and breathe for 2-3 minutes, if you come from work and you feel very tired, if you sit and breathe like that, you will feel immediately refreshed. Your mental energy is start to increase. You feel that you are filling up the mental tank. You are filling up that mental gas, petrol. So the homework is like this. You sit and you breathe until you really feel that you learned this way. And then during meditation you become aware of how you breathe and breathe in this most proper way. In the beginning your breathing may distract you from meditation, but later on it will become more natural, more automatic, and that distraction will go away and the benefit will remain. So, and also during the day, in your day-to-day life, you become aware, how do I breathe? Okay, let me change the mode, and then enjoy that calmness and happiness that issuing out of that changed mode of breathing. That is really beautiful. So that is a small lesson for today.